Hi people, today I'm going to be comparing and accuracy testing every assault rifle in Anomic. I'm also going to be talking about the different pros and cons that comes with each one, so you can make a better decision on which one is right for you and your playstyle. So first up is the service rifle. Now this is definitely the most affordable option, costing only $2,900. It deals 17 damage per shot at a fire rate of 460 rounds per minute, and it has a magazine capacity of 20 rounds. Next up we have the AR. At a price of $4,000, this gun deals 21 damage per shot at a fire rate of 600 rounds per minute, and it has a magazine capacity of 30 rounds. After that we have the battle rifle. Now this thing has a price tag of $4,800, and it does 24 damage per shot at a fire rate of 550 rounds per minute, and it has a magazine capacity of 20 rounds. Next up is the Kalashnikov. Now this thing costs $5,300, and just like the battle rifle, this gun deals 24 damage at a fire rate of 550 rounds per minute. And fun fact, this gun used to hold 30 rounds, but they nerfed it to only hold 25 rounds because I guess they decided that 30 rounds was a bit overpowered. After that we have the Bullpup rifle. Now at a price of $5,500, this gun deals 13 damage per shot at a fire rate of 800 rounds per minute, and it holds 35 rounds per magazine. Lastly, we have the carbine. At a whopping price of $5,800, this gun deals 17 damage per shot at a fire rate of 750 rounds per minute, and it has a magazine capacity of 25 rounds. Now that we know the specs of each gun, it's time to see how accurately they shoot. So we're going to be shooting each gun into this wall 20 times, and we're going to be using an equal distance with every gun because we don't want to be giving out any unfair advantages. So let's start with the service rifle. Alright, so let's take a look at the groupings. And I can already tell that by far the most accurate gun was the service rifle, and the least accurate gun was the AR. The rest of these are about the same. Actually, the Bullpup rifle didn't do too bad either. Now that we know the specs of each gun and how accurately they shoot, it's time to go over the pros and cons of each one. So starting off with the service rifle. One big pro of this thing is that it shoots very accurately. So, as you saw in the accuracy demonstration, this gun by far shot the most accurately out of any of these assault rifles. So that's going to be really good at long ranges because you're actually going to be able to hit what you're aiming at. And another pro of the service rifle is that it is very easy to obtain. So like I said before, it only costs $2,900 and to give you an idea of how cheap that is, you can buy 2 service rifles for the price of 1 carbine. So I'd say it's a pretty good value for money. And let's see, now it's time to go over the cons. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, you can buy these things from regular gunsmith, so you don't have to find an advanced gunsmith to sell you one of these. So anyways, one con is that it has a rather small magazine size. It only holds 20 rounds, and compared to something like an AR or a Bullpup rifle, that's not very big. And another con of the service rifle is that it does pretty mediocre damage. Like I said before, it only does 17 damage per shot. So that isn't terrible, but it's not good either. So overall the damage is mediocre. So now it's time to go over the pros and cons of the AR. So the first pro of the AR is, honestly, it doesn't really have any, but I will say that it's a very well-rounded gun. So it has a pretty decent magazine size, decent damage, decent fire rate, The only thing that it's not good at is accuracy. So, as you saw in the accuracy demonstration, this was definitely the least accurate gun. So, don't try shooting this at long ranges because you're probably not going to hit much. Anyways, on to the next gun. So here's the battle rifle, and one pro of this thing is that it does a lot of damage. So it does 24 damage, and for an assault rifle, that's as good as you can get. Now the con is, like the service rifle, it only has a magazine size of 20 rounds, and you know that's not very big, so you're gonna have to reload more often. Now on to the next gun, the Kalashnikov. One pro of this thing is that it does a lot of damage. So just like the battle rifle, this thing does 24 damage per shot, which is probably as good as you can get for an assault rifle. Now one con is, honestly, it doesn't really have any cons because it doesn't really do terrible at doing anything because it has decent accuracy, decent magazine size, has a decent fire rate, and I don't know, it's not a bad gun, and I think that's why it's pretty popular with gangs. But it is a good gun, so I guess that's why. Anyways, on to the Bullpup rifle. One pro of the Bullpup rifle is that it has a large magazine size. So as you can see, it has a magazine size of 35 rounds, and for an assault rifle, that's as good as you can get. And another pro is that it has a fast fire rate. It has a fire rate of 800 rounds per minute. So you're going to be able to spew bullets a lot faster. But now it's time to go over the main drawback, and that it does only 13 damage. And for an assault rifle, that's really low. So you're going to have to shoot people more for them to die, I guess. Yeah, now it's time to go over the last gun, the carbine. So one pro of this gun is that it has a fast fire rate, so not quite as fast as the Bullpup rifle, but still very fast for an assault rifle in general. And one con is that it does mediocre damage. Just like the service rifle, it only does 17 damage per shot, and that's not terrible, but then it's not a lot either. Well, that's going to be it for today's Assault Rifle Showdown, and I hope you guys found this video helpful in choosing which assault rifle is right for you. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.